Okay, start again.
James. Forbes. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary text, and how did you use colour across your three?
I think it was very effective because I've used the same sort of colour scheme across for my digipack and my webpage, which is obviously orange and black. And the orange and black was for my background,
Right.
whereas I used white for my font. And that was consistent throughout.
Okay, Fran, how do you think you've used colours across your three ancillary text? Oh, you dyed your hair.
The colours, I used black and white quite a lot throughout all three of them, because in my music video there's a black and white in it, and then my digipack is all images from the music video that's in black and white, and then my webpage is in black with black and white as well. But I think that I could have actually changed the digipack a bit more, because in my music video there's more colour than black and white, so I think I could have actually diversified it and gone colour instead of black and white on the digipack. What about you?
Well, I use black and white across my, including both my digipack and my webpage. That was more black and white greys, that sort of thing. But again, same as you really, I think I probably could have improved it by incorporating some of the bright saturated colour that's in the video for most of the time, as opposed to it being all black and white, because it is black and white at the beginning of the video, but obviously not all the way through. So I think there could be improvements made there, but I still think my webpage and digipack look quite neat and still effective by using black and white. How would you use still images, James?
I thought I used the right still images because I used a close-up of Charlie when she's first putting on the headphones, which is obviously quite funny because you get to see her reactions, and I thought that was a good way of showing the band's sort of their sort of feelings.
Okay. How about you, Fran?
My still images I used on both ancillary text, like my webpage and my digipack. I used the same images, like for my banner on my webpage. That was a still image that I took from the music video, and I used that same image but just edited it like to fit my digipack how I wanted it. What about you?
Originally I had only used still images in my digipack, but which worked well, and then I altered my banner on my webpage to include the shot that was on the front of my digipack, because I thought that worked better and made it more. It was more of a stronger link between the webpage and the digipack and the whole iconography as a whole product. But I think that they help to still images help to link all of your products together, obviously, and it helps to link your web page and your digipack with the music video quite powerfully. But yes, that's how I used. How did you use font to link all of your products?
I tried to use the same sort of font with my digipack and my webpage. It was mostly Arial. I didn't want to be too formal with like Times New Roman format. I wanted to just try and use a font that would be more suited to their personality. Like they're more free, they're more lively, and they're more like they're not as organised and formal. So.
When I was researching different indie bands, I looked at like what font they kind of used, and I got the idea of my font off of Urban Font's website, and then I used that font on my webpage, and then I thought it would be a good idea to use it on my digipack as well, so it's kind of the same all the time. And then I used it on my webpage. I used it for the title banner, and I used it for when I was writing the headlines for each different section on my webpage. But yeah, what about you?
The font. The only time I used a different font was for my banner, which was off of Urban Fonts, which was a bit like a military style sort of stencil type font that I felt was quite bold and quite iconic, so to speak. But apart from that, in terms of normal font, I kept it quite simple and quite clean, because I didn't want any sort of fancy, squiggly font to sort of overpower anything else on the page, because my overall look was quite simple and simplistic. But I used the same font that I used all on my web page I did on my digipack, so I kept that link there with the font. How about the layout, James? How did that?
I tried to use quite organised layout with using boxes and columns, so I could sort of section everything out into like, I've got like photos, I've got a section for merchandise, and just to more like organise it, so it'd be easier for obviously the user to navigate around the site and just find what they want and that. And I've used the same sort of layout design on my digipack with the boxes for it that showed the sort of songs that are in the digipack. So yeah, I think my layout design is consistent throughout.
Okay.
I don't think that my layout design was consistent, because obviously I only used layout for my web page, and I didn't even think about layout for my digipack. I just kind of knew what the ideas that I wanted for that and just put them straight in, like obviously with the still images. But my web page was I thought it was laid out quite well, because I wanted it to be simple, because it was quite hard to use that iWeb to get to have a proper good design. Like, it was really hard to get one. So I used the layout what was simple and easy to see everything, and just put in everything that I knew that to be on a web page and stuff. What about you?
In terms of layout, I don't think I really linked the layout of my web page to the digipack. Obviously, you can't really link a layout to a music video, but I think the layout of my web page I think was quite clean and very sort of you knew everything was. It was quite neat and tidy. It wasn't really messy, and the video was the biggest thing on the page, so you could see that was the main article on there. In terms of my digipack, I thought that also the layout of that was also quite straightforward, quite basic, again simplistic. So linking it back to the web page with that sort of simple effect. But I guess because on my web page the use of lines and shapes were quite prominent, I think I probably could have incorporated that somehow into my digipack if I wanted to link, or make a stronger link between my digipack and my web page. How else do you use the band logo or the name? Did you create a band logo? Or?
Yeah, I used the urban fonts to find the right sort of logo design for my banner design. I think Stencil 4, that was the font style that I chose, and I used that for both for my digipack and my web page, so it's consistent. It will be easier for the audience to recognise the band from that logo, since it's used in all my media products, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What, talk about band logo?
Yeah, about band logo, if you'd made one. No, how I use my banner is that sort of served as, or the words, the lettering of the Pigeon Detectives kind of served as my logo for my band.
My logo was completely different. No, I didn't do a band one. I done a company one.
So you didn't make a band?
No, I didn't make a band logo. One. No.
Right, okay. My band logo was simply just basically my banner minus Charlie's face, the tramp's face, and the way I linked that on my webpage and linked it to the digipack was I used it as half of it or all of it as the banner for my webpage, and then I took the Pigeon Detectives and put it on my digipack and put it on the inside covers and just repeated it, so then it was back to front and things like that. So it was really strong, and also it was obviously on the front at the top to obviously name the band. But I think that's the way. I think I linked it quite clearly there, because you would remember the logo from the web page if you looked at digipack and vice versa. So I think that I linked the MV text well with the band logo, and I think there was a strong iconography there.
I think that I didn't actually make one because I knew that I didn't really want it on my digipack, because obviously if I was going to make one, it was going to be a picture, and I didn't really want that on my digipack at all. And I kind of think that the banner the writing on it anyway is kind of does work as a logo for them if I did want to use that.
Yeah.
Because it is like the font is out like eye-catching and stuff for it.
Okay, the production company logo. How did you link or use that across the three, or the two products in the music video?
Well, again, I only used. I think I only managed to establish it across my digipack and my webpage because I only used the company logo on my digipack and webpage. And I tried to. Yeah, that was about it. Really, there wasn't really much else on it.
No. What about you? Where did you use it?
I think mine was kind of well different to my final project kind of thing because at the beginning when we done our logos, the idea of like cartoon eyes, the idea of bright colours and stuff, even though as is our film is like our music video is bright coloured, but obviously it hasn't got cartoon eyes in it. So it's kind of different, but I used that on my digipack and my webpage.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when before we did the video, we was all thinking we had a strong idea of it all being quite colourful and like a lot of shapes and quite like cartoon-like, as you said.
Like mine is like my logo is really colourful, so I think that it does work with the music video because obviously there's bright, like it goes really bright colours in there and stuff.
Maybe if you'd have. Maybe it would have been a stronger link between your production company logo and the rest of it if you stuck with the colours.
If it was because of obviously colours where I've got black and white on most of it, then you've got like the logo that's really bright. It kind
the
of
thing
does
is with that also, it was harder to make it really colourful because of the iWeb and that the background was black constantly, so you didn't have much scope for making it colourful because you was kind of limited. I use my production company logo obviously across the webpage and the digipack. I mean, on the webpage, I put it, I think, in the middle of one of my information bars, toolbars, in the middle of that, and then in my CD, I put it on the back. But I wanted to make it subtle because I didn't think it was. Well, it is important, but it isn't the most important thing on the page, you know. So I wanted to make it small and kind of discreet. So if people did look at it, they would recognise it, but it's not the main thing to be focusing on. Did you think you created your own, iconography for the band? Did you think it was clear? Was it iconic?
I think so because our music video is quite like comical and lively, and I tried to use colours like orange throughout my digipack and webpage, which also sort of showed the sort of same personality across all three, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you think you did okay. What about you, Fran?
I think the three ancillary texts, I think they did actually kind of link because obviously I think the main reason they did was because of the colour. So like the colour, black and white, the scheme of it, like that goes across all three of them. Obviously there could be so much change. It's like using more colour, changing my logo to fit with my ancillary text. Yeah, I think that's I think that they all do kind of work, especially with the still images as well, because obviously I took still images from the music video and used them on the other two ancillary texts, so they fit in really well. And I think that if you used to look at my webpage and then my digipack, they do look kind of similar with the same images and stuff.
I'd like to think my iconography is quite clear and quite strong. I mean, I think the use of black and white and the use of the same sort of palette of colours, I think, is quite. You can see that's kind of a strong theme amongst all my products. I mean, like you just said, there's loads of things where you could think, oh, okay, I could have used colour, but then again, I think that maybe it wouldn't have looked as aesthetically pleasing if it was really colourful, because obviously you had that black there. I mean, when it comes down to it, I was quite happy with the links that I made, and I think I did create, on the whole, quite a strong iconography. I think that, the use of the logo and the use of the banner and incorporating still images into the text, that's the still images are what linked all the products together. But yeah, I think I'd like to think there was quite a clear iconography there. I think the black and white thing was kind of quite iconic.